If eyewitness testimony is so unreliable, according to Elizabeth Loftus, how is it that police still regularly interview witnesses when investigating a crime? How come eyewitnesses are still brought into the courtroom to share their recollections with judge and jury? Historically, and we're talking pretty recent history here, police would ask a witness questions in such a way that the witness was there only to confirm or deny information that the police already thought they knew. The interviewer led the interview. The interviewee spoke when given permission to do so. The standard police interview, as it's now referred to in the literature, often follows a structured checklist, and witnesses are discouraged from adding extra information. Was the witness black or white? Was the victim a man or a lady? Answer the question. You can see why the quality of testimony was so poor. It makes me think of one of my favourite quotes from the ancient Greek Stoic Epictetus. It is impossible to learn what you think you already know. Such is the weakness of the standard police interview. So in the 1980s, a new style of forensic interviewing was created, called the cognitive interview. Cognitive psychology was enjoying a heyday at the time, and even the police wanted in. The cognitive interview technique was invented by Geiselman and refined by Fisher with the purpose of using their knowledge of how memory works and applying that to the interview process. The cognitive interview has 4 distinct retrieval techniques at its core. Re-establishing the context by mentally recreating the physical and psychological environment of the original situation. What was the weather like? What had you been doing earlier that day? How were you feeling? What objects were around in the area? Reporting everything, however minor, because memories are connected to each other. Retrieving apparently meaningless or trivial details may be the key to recalling something particularly important. Recalling the events in a different order. As our memories are heavily influenced by schemas, the cognitive interview aims to shake things up a bit, to minimize the influence of our general expectations on the recollection of a specific event. And changing perspective. Again, attempting to disrupt the influence of schemas, the cognitive interview challenges the witness to retell the run of events as someone else would have seen it, from a different viewpoint. Only after this extensive free recall process will the witness be asked the more traditional, detail-centric questions, such as the suspect's visual appearance. The cognitive interview relies on the principles of encoding specificity and has been found to increase the amount of correct information witnesses recall without a corresponding increase in the false recollections. So people remember more overall, and the extra stuff tends to be more of the good stuff. Geiselman found that witnesses are able to recall 35% more information using the cognitive interview, compared to a control group who were just instructed to remember as much information as possible. And Mello and Fisher found that the technique is especially effective in improving recall in older populations compared with younger witnesses. However, whilst it appears that the cognitive interview is an improvement on the standard police interview, it's not altogether clear which elements of the technique are responsible for the difference. Memon and Yami had participants recall a staged kidnap scenario, comparing a standard interview with a version of the cognitive interview that only used the context reinstatement and change of order stages. They conclude that a standard interview that incorporates the social elements of the cognitive interview may be just as effective as the full cognitive interview setup. Given that even psychologists can't agree, and police forces are locally managed with differing policies and practices, the resulting situation is one with many variations of the cognitive interview. This can make it particularly challenging to assess the reliability of the cognitive interview in the field, because localized police forces have adopted a pick-and-mix approach to the technique. And everyone has their own idea of the best pick-and-mix. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to Psychology Unlocked and click that bell so that you won't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.